How you guys doing? My name is Mario Fleury. I'm a trainer with Level Up, and today I'll be showing you guys 3 easy tips to improve your shooting.
3, 2, 1, level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
Tip number 1, hand placement. Now, a lot of athletes underestimate the power of hand placement when in fact it's probably one of the most important things to learn. It dictates whether the ball goes left or right of the rim. Now, for you guys who don't know what hand placement is where you put your hand on the ball before you release the shot. Okay, so for instance, you could put your hand in the middle of the ball, behind the ball, or over the ball. Okay, so hand placement is very important because it dictates whether the ball goes left and right. Okay. Now, there's different types of hand placement when it comes to shooting the ball. A lot of players, what they do is they put their hand behind the ball like this, as such, okay? Now, the problem with this is putting your hand behind the ball, there's a lot of wrist tension, okay? When you're going into your shooting form, like this. So what you're doing is you're forcing all this tension right here, which forces the shot to become really short. It also gives you less ball control and less range in motion. So if you're an athlete that shoots behind the ball, try to place your hand in the middle or over the ball and see how that works out for you. Now, another way I see prospects shoot, and this is the way I like to shoot personally, is putting your hand right in the middle of the ball, okay? So the ball's gonna look something like this, okay? Now, this is personally the way I like to shoot, and a lot of great shooters shoot like that too, such as Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Joe Johnson, Paul George, they all shoot that way. That's the way I recommend. The reason why I like that personally is because it gives you more ball control, okay? It relieves the tension off your wrist, okay? So when you bring the ball up into your shooting motion, right? So when you put your hand in the middle and it comes up like this, it gives you way more balance and control, okay? And it gives you way more accuracy. It dictates where the ball is gonna go, okay? You can control the ball at all times. It can go left or it can go right, but you control where the ball goes, okay? And plus, it relieves that wrist tension that you need to shoot the ball well at a high clip. Now, another way I see prospects shoot the ball a lot is putting their hand kind of over the ball, kind of like you're cuffing it, okay? So it's something like this. This is the middle, they're cuffing it like this. This way, I wouldn't highly recommend it because it kind of makes your shot a little bit slower, especially in game time, and you don't really have time to set up, especially off the dribble, to shoot that way, okay? So if you take a dribble and you're going into your move, it's gonna be very difficult for you to place your hand over the ball and get your shot off all at one motion, you know? It's possible. I have seen prospects shoot like that and they shot at a high clip, but I personally wouldn't recommend it, okay? Because it kind of just slows your whole process down, but you can try it at home to see how that works. Tip number 2. Okay, the elevation on your jump shot, okay? Now, this varies depending on your situation. I've seen a lot of prospects jump super high on their jump shot, and I've seen a lot of prospects shoot super low on their jump shot. And I've seen some prospects shoot kind of like medium on their jump shot. This really depends, but for great shooters like Curry, Kevin Durant, when they're wide open, if you ever realize, they don't really jump as high, okay? A lot of players believe like, oh, I have to jump super high to get my shot over the rim, or I have to be super athletic to shoot a jump shot and jump 50 feet into the air to be accurate. That's not the case at all, okay? If the less you jump, it kind of actually helps you better because you have more accuracy, okay? And more range. For example, Russell Westbrook. We can all agree that he's a triple-double machine, correct? He could do it all. He could rebound, he could defend, he can assist, plays defense, he does it all, but he's not the greatest shooter in the world. And the reason why he's not the greatest shooter in the world is because he has a lot of tension on his shoulders and his body when he's shooting the ball, okay? He jumps super high into the air, which forces him to have inaccuracy, okay? Because he can't jump at that same peak every single time, right? So try to remember when shooting your jump shot to not jump as high. It'll give you more range, free range in motion, and more accuracy, and you get to dictate where the ball goes. You have more control of the ball at all times. Shooting the ball the same exact way every time is extremely important. There is some exceptions, such as Ray Allen. He jumped super high on his jump shot, But Ray Allen also put thousands and thousands and thousands of hours on his jump shot, okay? And he's arguably the greatest shooter of all time. So like I said, there is exceptions depending on which type of player you are. Now, the difference between Ray Allen and Steph Curry is that Steph Curry can shoot the same way every single time, no matter how he shoots the ball, okay? This is why it makes Steph Curry the greatest shooter of all time over Ray Allen and even Reggie Miller, because even though Ray Allen and Reggie Miller were great catch and shoots, such as a Klay Thompson, so they're great shooters, don't get me wrong. But Steph Curry can do it all. He can do it off the bounce. He can do it off the catch and shoot. He can do it however he wants, do the screen, pick and roll. That's why he's the greatest shooter of all time. And if you ever notice Steph Curry, he never really jumps as high on his jump shots. On all his shots, it's the same exact shot. And it's easier to maintain. So if you're an athlete or a prospect that shoots super high in your jump shot and you're not making as much shots as you would like, try this out, okay? Try not to jump as much, okay? This brings relief to your body, to your legs, and it saves you a whole lot of energy, especially in the game heading into the fourth quarter, okay? Tip number 3, feet placement. Now, this is extremely underrated when it comes to being a great shooter, okay? If you watch Steph Curry, if you watch Kevin Durant, if you ever realize when they're shooting the ball, their feet is kind of slanted to the left a little bit. Yourself up and you just lift your 2 arms in the air as such, you'll feel the tension. Like right here, you'll feel tension all right here, okay? Now, if you turn your feet to the left a little bit, like you're about to shoot a jump shot, and you do the same thing, you'll feel your arms and your tension has way more relief, okay? It's the same thing with your jump shot, okay? If you turn your feet to the left a little bit, it relieves that tension in your shoulders and it gets that perfect arc and that perfect shot that you need. So make sure to try this at home when you're by yourself, okay? If you're a right-handed shooter, try to tilt your feet to the left a little bit to see how that works out for you, to see if you can relieve that tension. If you're a left-handed shooter, then try to tilt your feet to the right, okay, to see how that works out for you, okay? The whole point is to hit more shots at a higher clip. So that's it for today, guys. Those are the 3 main tips that can help you elevate your jump shot and hit more shots at a higher rate. If you like this video, make sure to hit the bell and subscribe, okay? We're going to be posting videos twice a week, maybe even 3 times, okay? And don't forget to leave a comment in the bottom of this video. Let me know what you want to see me do on my next video, okay? Level up.
Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.